Call to order the council meeting of August 1st, 17. We rise for pledge of allegiance. Right hand of your heart. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll for the Finance Authority?
Yes, a quorum is present.
Second District. I have one question on ordinance 4, the and the physical budget for the police raises. I was just wondering, is that going to bring us up to the pay raise around our surrounding area for our officers? It will bring us up to competitive with them, though. Okay, all right, that's all I had on that.
Item.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Krishan Day. I'm the youth organizer for the Uplift Inglewood Coalition. I'm here today because we demand stronger rental protection in the citywide.
You can't do this now. You have to do it at the end.
That's on the agenda item. Okay, thank you.
Okay, close public comment. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Council members,
No, move allow payment.
you're not going to do the,
Item, you're going to say warrant registers, right?
okay. Council and agency members,
Well,
Dodson.
We need a motion. Okay.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members, successor agency and housing authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales. Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Buds.
Aye. We'll recess the successor agency and the housing authority. Madam Clerk, what is the next scheduled matter?
The next scheduled matter is a public hearing to schedule delinquent refuge and sewer accounts for direct property tax assessment.
Hold on one second, Madam Clerk. What was it? Okay. Okay, we'll get to that. Has the notice of the hearing been given the time, form, and manners required by law? And do you have the affidavit on file?
Notice has been given and affidavit is on file.
Have any communications been received on the matter?
No communications have been received.
Is there a staff report?
I'm here today to present the public hearing to place outstanding delinquent refuse and sewer charges on the property tax bill for collection. The majority of Inglewood residents and businesses receive water, refuse, and sewer services from the city, but approximately a fourth of the city receives refuse and sewer services only, and water is provided by an outside agency. For this section of the city, there is no mechanism to enforce collection of refuse and sewer fees. The County of Los Angeles mandates that refuse and sewer be provided to all residents and businesses for health and safety reasons. Since the collection of refuse and providing of sewer services is mandatory, the County of LA allows the city to hold the property owner liable and place these fees directly on the property tax bill after they have been properly noticed and a public hearing has taken place. As of May 31, 2017, there were 292 delinquent refuse and sewer accounts with changes in excess, with charges in excess of $250 and past due more than 90 days. The total outstanding amount of these delinquent refuse and sewer accounts submits them to the County of LA for placement on property tax for collection. Full collection of these outstanding charges prevents utility customers who are in good standing from having to subsidize the service delivery costs of others. The proposed 2017 year lien list contains residential single-family, multi-unit apartment buildings, and commercial properties. The Customer Service Division of the Finance Department has provided copies of tenants' delinquent utility bill notices to the affected property owners, as well as hearing notices in both English and Spanish. As in past years, the Finance Department will work directly with property owners who resolve issues concerning their delinquent accounts through the hearing date, and will work with customers to resolve their delinquent balances even after the lien has been submitted to the County of LA. As of today, the Finance Department has worked with 43 property owners to have them removed from the lien list, and we look forward to working with any additional property owners that would like to resolve this issue directly.
Any members of the public who wish to address the council on this issue? Close public comment. Is there a motion?
So move.
Move items 2 and 3.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. Madam Clerk, what's the next scheduled matter?
The next scheduled matter is a public hearing to consider adoption of a resolution finding the City of Inglewood to be in conformance with the Los Angeles County Congestion Management Program by approving Inglewood Annual Local Development Report for 2017.
Have any communications been received on the matter?
No communications have been received.
Is there a staff report?
Yes, there is, Mr. Lewis Atwell.
Thank you, Mr. Atwell.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor and members of the City Council. Each year, the state of California requires all counties to prepare and submit a congestion management program. Congestion management programs are used to link local development and associated impacts on regional transportation, as well as air quality. The program is also used to determine gas tax distributions to cities. The Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority, or Metro, prepares the congestion management program for LA County. In order for Metro to prepare the program, the cities of LA County, including Inglewood, prepare a local development report which contains building permit data for the period of June 1, 2016 to May 31st, 2017. For this period, the City of Inglewood building permit information includes 54 new dwelling units of multifamily, a reduction of 3 dwelling units of single-family residential. Some of those single-family residential became multifamily. A reduction of 3 dwelling units, or he said that nearly 142,000 square feet of new commercial development, and just over 100,000 square feet of new government development, which is the senior center. Staff recommends that the public hearing be conducted to receive public comment and approve a resolution finding the city to be in conformance with the congestion management program by adopting the local development report. This concludes my report.
Thank you. Any members of the public present wish to address the council on this matter?
My name is Diane Sombrano, and I'm terribly concerned that we're only talking about dwelling units when you're proposing such incredible transportation impact on this community. So while it hasn't yet been developed, we know that you're currently in a negotiation agreement to put another how many 100,000 people on our roads? I would hope that somewhere we put that into consideration, because those hundreds of cars coming through on a regular basis will make a much more significant difference than the whopping 54 whole units.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood, 53 years, and I stand here in support of PH2. Thank you very much.
Close public comment. Is there a motion?
Move adoption.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. Consent calendar items 2 through 6.
So moved.
Move. Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. 01.
Staff report recommending an ordinance to be introduced to amend the Inglewood Municipal Code, Chapter 3, Article 2, to increase certain parking penalties.
Motion to waive further
Second.
reading.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. 02.
Who will
I'll
enter?
introduce.
Thank you. Staff report recommending adoption of an ordinance number 1712, amending the Inglewood Municipal Code to establish permit parking District 15, adding the following streets to the District: Ivy Avenue between Beach Avenue and La Brea, Market Street between Hazel Street and Beach Avenue, and Edgewood Street between Beach Avenue and Warren Lane.
Motion to waive further reading.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members: Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
Move adoption.
Thank
Oh.
you.
03.
Staff report recommending adoption.
We have
We have to
we have
move
Oh,
it.
yes,
I
I'm
second it.
sorry.
I
Yeah,
second
thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Move adoption, and there's a second, Madam
Yeah.
Clerk.
Thank you. Council members: Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
Uh,
03.
03, staff report recommending adoption of an ordinance number 1713, amending the Inglewood Municipal Code to create permit parking district number 16, adding the following streets to the district: Regent Street between West Oak Street and the street terminus to the west.
Motion to waive further reading.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members: Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
Move adoption.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members: Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. 04.
Staff report recommending adoption of an ordinance number 1714, amending the fiscal year 2016-17 salary ordinance to include the Inglewood Police Management Association negotiated salary increase.
Motion to waive further reading.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members: Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
Move adoption.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members: Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. CT1.
Monthly Treasurer's Report for the month ending April 30th, 2017.
Receive and file. Recess the City Council, reconvene the successor agency.
Quorum
Madam-
is present.
CSA 2.
Approval of the minutes for the meeting held June 6, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Successor agency members: Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. CSA 3.
Monthly Treasurer's Report for the month ending April 30th, 2017.
Receive and file. Adjourn the successor agency, reconvene the Inglewood Housing Authority.
Quorum is present.
H2.
Approval of the minutes for the meeting held on June 6, 2017.
Second.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Housing Authority members: Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. H3.
Monthly Treasurer's Report for the month ending April 30th, 2017.
Receive and file. Adjourn the Housing Authority and reconvene the Inglewood Finance Authority.
A quorum is present.
F1.
Monthly Treasurer's Report for the month ending April 30th, 2017.
Receive and file. Adjourn the Finance Authority.
And then back.
Reconvene the City Council.
A quorum is present.
We have a presentation by Mr. Cortez.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council members. Jose Cortez, Human Resources Director. The city would like to recognize all those city employees that are celebrating employment anniversaries within the first 6 months of this year. We're recognizing all employees that are celebrating 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35 years of service. We're going to be calling up all those employees that are celebrating 20 years or more of service with the city. Because we have such a large group, I'll only be calling up those employees. And we do have a special recognition for 2 of our employees that are celebrating 35 years of service. The first one is our police chief, Mark Fronterata.
Yes, sir.
Our second employee celebrating 35 years of service is Susan Cunningham. She's a library support supervisor.
Way to go, Susan.
And now our employees with 30 years of service are Carmen Hayes, Chandra Caldwell, Tanya Aline, Brenda Davis, Employees with 25 years of service are Alethea McCann Scott, Christopher Beckman, Paulita Richards, Joseph Watson, and 20 years of service are Javier Alcala, Jack Aranda, Jose Fernandez, Felipe Medina, and Jesus Perez. Congratulations to all. Yeah, can they take, you guys take one with the mayor and city council? Yeah, yeah.
Susan.
Can you give me some times, honey, because I couldn't, I probably need to get me a clock down here so I don't have to look up.
Okay, members of the public don't have a seat, you're gonna have to wait in the hallway for fire regulations about our ways. So, thank you very much. Okay, members of, persons that wish to address city council, any matter connected with city business not elsewhere considered, may do so at this time, 1 minute. Okay, if there's no comment,
Wonderful day to celebrate a lot of people who have a long time service in Inglewood, but we can't forget that 2 people were killed, and they were killed by Inglewood police officers who have been fired by the department. The families still do not know why. They still don't know the whole story, and they still have not received any remunerations or any help to support their families. Remember that there are 7 children who are suffering, 7 children who need support, but not just financial support, but psychological support because of the damage done to them of not knowing why police officers shot their parents to death. We need answers for those children.
for what it's worth, ma'am, I know that the attorneys have been briefed with information, so that's what you're saying isn't quite accurate. Come on, Mr. Parker. 1 minute.
Alonzo Parker Jr., Vietnam vet, 6667, a conscious objector. The reason why we can't seem to get information from this police department all the way up to the federal government is this Privacy Act that they instituted sometime around 1967. And like he said, during their procedure violation, that's all they look at. They don't look at the actual charges of murder, assassination, whatever. They just look at following their policy. And if it's in policy, according to what they call their policy, they have the right to shoot and murder you, and it's okay under policy. Also, this cameras that they have, they control the cameras. That's why you can't get the camera, the information. He can stand out and tell you in your paper when he wants to spout out that the little short black man with the hood that saw it that morning, which was me, by the way, bald-headed, the speech was distorted, so you don't know what I was screaming. He can tell you that, but you can't get up here and get any information from them about their procedure. They forwarded it
Thank you,
downtown
Mr.
for
Parker.
criminal activity or
Mr. Parker.
investigation, but he can slander
Mr.
you.
Parker, your time is up. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Yolanda Davidson. I just wanted to say thank you for the Taste of Inglewood. What the city gave on Sunday was a really nice event. Everybody came out. It was a nice, fun day. I hope we have more events like that. I also wanted to ask a question of how long have we had city council meetings at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday?
About 2 years.
2 years? Oh, I didn't know. A lot of people would like to be here to address other issues that would take way longer than 1 minute. We have a lot of concerns about what's going on in the city, a lot of rumors that are going on that we hear that we don't know if they're true or not, and we don't know if you have those in closed door or open door, and what are the residents able to do about it? And also, are you ever going to have anything to say or do about rent control in the city?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon again, everyone. My name is Krishan Day. I'm the Uplift Inglewood Youth Organizer. 63% of our neighbors are renters here in the city. And to have all these developments pushed through the city without no mentions of rent control is quite mind-boggling. I'm a 23-year-old college student here, resident of Inglewood, been in Inglewood since I was born. I can honestly say within the next 3 to 4 years, if I wanted to move to Inglewood once I was done with my law degree, I wouldn't be able to afford Inglewood. I'm watching my own community members, friends I went to high school with, move out of the city because they can't afford to stay here no more. Homeowners can't even afford to do home improvements within their own homes because they can't afford the property taxes that's going on. So I'm here to say that we demand a stronger rental protection and a citywide rent control ordinance to protect the majority of Inglewood residents who rent here in the city.
Thank you.
Staff and there.
Hold on a second. If you're not in line, pause this time. If you're not in line to speak and you're standing, please go to the hallway because we're not allowed to have people standing along the walls. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Alrighty. First,
That doesn't apply to you, Lieutenant. We're not talking about your public safety, sir. All right, go ahead.
give me 8 seconds. Anybody mad about that?
No.
Okay. Okay. Again, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to point out that tonight is America's Night Out. We celebrate our community's relationship with law enforcement. And I hope folks will get out and represent. I'll try to do that. Cruise the neighborhood. I'm not afraid of the police. Anyway, with my last 50 seconds, hearing the news about how we're going to have to really get busy with the traffic impact kind of like confirms my suspicions. It's good that that stadium opening got pushed back a year. We're really going to have to be ready for that, Mayor. Really. Otherwise, we're going to have a nightmare. But I have confidence that the city council and the city staff will be ready for it. And with that, I wish everybody a great day. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
My name is Diane Sombrano. I can't help but notice the hypocrisy in letting staff stand around the edges of the room, and it wasn't until the end of the meeting at public comments that you suggested everyone should go outside the room if they were standing in the back. Apparently, the lives of the residents have a different value than the lives of the employees. Otherwise, you could have had this entire thing downstairs in Community A. But I think that there's a reason for that. You don't necessarily want to go downstairs and make room for the public. The actions of last couple of weeks have been very interesting, and I gotta say, it was really kind of sad that when the event happened at the cemetery, and you got notoriety for that, people couldn't understand why I thought that was interesting. You have offended absolutely everybody, including the dead people of this community, except the ones that you're paying way too much.
Come forward, sir.
Thank you for allowing us to speak. I just want to kind of say that, recently I went to the Taste of Inglewood. Great. It was a great community effort as far as businesses coming together. The police force was there. They did their job. As a matter of fact, I went up to the police department and I asked them about the police activity league, something that I grew up, a program that I grew up in and was very successful. And I am excited at the fact that they are wanting to reintroduce that to the neighborhood because it's desperately needed for a lot of young people that really don't have anywhere to go after school. Boys and Girls Club was something I also grew up in and was very important, and it played an important part in my life growing up here in Inglewood. I would love to see that again within our parks and recreations. Thank you again for bringing progress to the neighborhood and to the city. Something that our community has to understand, that we want to do business with the city. We don't want to be. We understand that certain things have to happen, but we just want to do business with you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Good afternoon, Council. I'm Shermarie Johnson. I'm District 1, out of District 1. And my concern is all the recent homicide and the crime in Inglewood. I know we're short of police and all, but if we could get help for our police officers. We have an excellent police department, but in spite of everything, the crime is really going up.
Ma'am, we have had 3 homicides within the last 2 weeks, and that is a great concern. But as far as crime overall is not going up. We've had
overall, I'm sorry, Mayor, but we
right.
can't even take an afternoon walk without getting our purses snatched or grabbed or harassed or whatever.
All right, thank
And
you.
that is in District 1. And in watching crime mapping, I'm seeing it all over, around Century and everywhere else.
Okay.
And also, we come out to the 2 o'clock meetings and we can't get seated and we're standing in the back and you're gonna tell us that we need to go outside. I am a resident of Inglewood and I pay my taxes and I should be able to come in and stand in the back.
Ma'am, it's just a fire regulation. I'm sorry. So, all right, we'll close. Come on, Mr. Bailey.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, and staff. My comments will be about the suit that MSG is trying to do against Inglewood. Inglewood contributed money so that the forum could open, so MSG is not going to tell us anything because MSG is a conglomerate from New York City. I'm from New York City. I also know for a fact that if we bring Steve Ballmer in, and that's the problem, that they said that they're going to have a issue with concerts. Well, MSG has a certain amount of concerts, and the employees can't afford to have a legitimate living in Inglewood. So Steve Ballmer brings in concerts, and he might bring in concerts of our color people. Stevie Wonder, which I would love to have. Keith Sweat, I would love to have. They don't have that at MSG. So let's talk about what the suit is really going to do. We're not going to allow it because we own the city, not MSG. Later, comments later.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. We'll close public comment. Are there any council comments? Oh, wait, hold a second. We have one more. Go ahead. Got to be faster, Mr. Rice.
Be real fast, I'm sorry.
No, not fast with your time.
I was just concerned that I got this letter in the mail and it's talking about property being taken away. And I don't know who generated this, but I understand I have 11 more at my house in the general area where the properties are slated to be taken, which, by the way, I don't care if they take them, or if I'll sell them. I'm sure anyone living there is going to be relocated. But I also got to the same address here.
Folks, we really can't talk in the audience, okay?
Same address. I got 14 letters to the one address. Who's funding this?
Exactly.
Who's funding this? They're going to send 14 letters to my house.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it isn't a nonprofit coalition, I'll tell you that.
Anybody want some of this?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Rice.
My name is Willie A.G., and I want to speak up for the best police department in California, Inglewood Police Department leadership. I also like to encourage the public never to get drunk on dope and park in the middle of our street at 3 o'clock in the morning with a pistol in your lap. Might get in trouble. Thank you very much.
Afternoon, council members. I'm Jim Vaughn again. I'm also an active member of a
Folks,
block
we
club.
really shouldn't talk in the audience because everybody listened for you, so that's really impolite. Thank you.
I'm an active member of a block club, a very active member of a block club. I also follow crime mapping, which is on the internet, which tracks all the Inglewood police reports, all go in there of every crime in the city of Inglewood. If you go through and look at the crime mapping statistics for your area and look around the other areas of the town, you'll see where there's active block clubs that are people watching and helping the police by watching their neighborhoods, the crime is down. All I can say to people, if they don't want to get crime in their area, start stepping up, start getting a block club formed. Even if you live in an apartment house, you can have a block club. And there's people out there, I for one, a lot of people know who I am, and I for one will help you form a block club anytime you want to form one. Because this is a very serious business. We have to take care of our own people. The police cannot do it all. The police and the fire department are not there. If they're in the case of an emergency, they're busy, especially in the case of a disaster.
For your time,
they are completely tired.
Mr. Vaughn. Okay, we'll close public comment. Before I go down to Councilman Dotson, I'm going to tell everybody, we cannot have people stand in the aisles. It's a fire hazard, and if there was a fireman here, they would shut the meeting down until you got out of the aisleway. So I'm going to ask everyone that doesn't have a seat to please, there's a speaker in the hallway, you can listen in the hallway. This isn't to discriminate against you, it just means there are fire regulations. And the only people that we let stay are public safety personnel. Thank you. And ma'am, I'd like to talk to you at the end of the meeting. All right, council comments, Councilman Dotson.
I really want to talk about the family day in the park with a taste of Inglewood. This had to be one of the most wonderful events I've ever been a part of. And I want to thank this council and this mayor for their support of this event. Without them, none of this would have been possible. And I also want to thank my committee members. Every person that was on that committee, has too many names, and I'm sure I'll leave somebody else, and I'm not going to call names and stuff. So don't look for your name. There's only one name I'm going to call, and you'll see at the end of this. I want to thank the Inglewood Police Department for their participation in this event. They were all over the park, bikes as well as patrol. They did a magnificent job, and I thank you for that. I want to also thank the LA County Fire Department. I think it's Battalion 20. They were also out, and they interact with the crowd just like the police department did. So it made the event really worthwhile coming out. And if you did not come out, then you missed a great event. The only someone I'm going to mention here by name, and the only reason I'm doing that because I can't believe she made the kind of sacrifice she made to help us and be a part of this event. And that's Tanisha Johnson. She was on vacation. And she flew back from vacation Sunday morning to be there with us for this event. And then she flew back again Sunday night. That's dedication. And I don't care who you picked in the community, on that committee, they felt the same way. They really bought into this idea. They worked hard, and at the end of it, you could tell because the event went off perfectly. And I really have to thank the mayor for that because I guess he has a little more idea about crowd control and stuff. So he knew exactly how many police and we would need in the park, and he did it. He led us, and it all came out wonderful. And I want to thank Mr. Rice because he had a great part in that as well. And he was part of that committee. So we all worked together, and we got it done. It just shows you when people work together, they can do a whole lot of things that you don't think you can do. So thank you all for coming out, and I hope you did come to the Family Day in the Park with the Taste of Inglewood. If you didn't, maybe you'll catch it next time.
Councilman Padilla, District 2.
On Sunday was my wife's birthday, and so we were trying to figure out where we were going to go. And there were several places she wanted to go to, but one of them was to Vincent Park to celebrate the District 1 picnic and the Taste of Inglewood. And we were there, and I got to tell you, it was, the number of folks that were there from all over. We always say that now that Inglewood is on the map for the right reasons, folks from all over the region want to participate and be a part of what we're doing here in Inglewood. So my hat's off to Councilman Dotson and his staff for putting together a wonderful community event bigger than Inglewood, and to David Rice, who's sitting right here, for all of your dedication and hard work. I tried to talk to him while we were there, but he was busy working his tail off, and so it took a lot of logistical work. Anybody that's even put together a baby's party knows how much work that is, and just an event like this that brought so many folks together, it could be a logistical nightmare, but they pulled it off. So thank you for all of your hard work. We enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing whether you guys want to do it next year and have another headache. But but it was but us that got there and just enjoyed it, we had a good time. That being said, we do have one of the best police departments around. Our men and women in blue are there every day. They put that uniform on to protect us and keep society safe. And they put their life on the line every single day, whether they're in uniform or not. When they're out there, they're there to protect us. Well, tonight, the community has an opportunity to come together to say thank you. National Night Out will take place from 6 o'clock this evening to 8 o'clock tonight, right behind City Hall on Gravella, right between the school and City Hall. There'll be a lot of amusement and a lot of and vehicles from the police department. The chief and all his executive staff will be there as well. It's an opportunity to stop by, to see everything that our police department has to offer, and a chance for you to talk one-on-one with the men and women of our police department and to personally say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for allowing me to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning and being out there to keep our family safe. So I look forward to seeing everybody out there tonight at 6 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, I don't get to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. Councilman Franklin?
So in lieu of being redundant, I just want to thank my colleagues for their comments, and everyone else have a blessed day. Thank you.
And I'll go ahead and close it out like that. Definitely, the Taste of Inglewood and the District 1 picnic, Councilman Dawson, staff, police, of course, and Mr. David Rice. You know, Ed Vincent Park, who a lot of people still know as Centinela Park, used to be a regional park. I actually have a lot of friends from Santa Monica who talk about the days like in the 50s and 60s where they used to come for a fireworks show during the 4th of July. They'd come from all over here. So this was just a reminder that we can handle this kind of regional event, and we look forward to so many of them. Also want to thank the Miss Mindy Wilcox from planning, as well as Sabrina and Teresa from Parks for helping me put together a bike event on Saturday, which promoted safe routes on the bicycles, as well as the police department who came out on their bicycles and kind of helped us through that route. So other than that, thanks for coming out as always, and Mayor, that's all I got.
Okay. You know, Mr. Rice, you bring up an excellent point about that mail. That mail has been mailed out citywide, and I know from running in campaigns, a citywide mailer costs a minimum of $15,000 to $18,000. Right. Yeah, exactly. And so what does that tell you? That tells you somebody's financing this. All right. I find it amazing that this group, Irate, shows up when discussion of a project comes up, and then somebody's got $15,000 to $20,000 to drop right then, and then attorneys show up sending us letters every other day. So this really isn't a grassroots thing. This is a business thing, and there's some people that think that we're pretty stupid people here. They think that manufacturing a grassroots opposition to a discussion that may lead nowhere to stop us from even discussing. You talk about chilling free speech and the freedom of a city to seek its own self-determination. That's outrageous. And so I want to tell whoever's financing this, forget it. This council is not going to be intimidated by someone pouring money to try and manipulate people in this city. This is the city of Inglewood. In 4 years, we've come from the brink of bankruptcy to national prominence. And that doesn't happen by getting weak in the knees because somebody mails something, propaganda to everyone. So let me straighten this out for anyone that's confused. First, the E&A area described an area that was larger than we could ever anticipate using because it was the beginning of a negotiation. Secondly, I know that I don't, and I'm sure that no one in this council intends to take anyone's home or any churches for a sporting arena. That's not even up for discussion. So I don't even know how someone assumed that because we haven't even discussed it. So again, to make it clear to whoever came in here and dropped 15, 20,000 and thought that the people in Inglewood are that stupid or that we're that weak that you're going to scare us, not going to happen. And with that, I'm going to close the meeting in memory of Miss Charlene Sanford. She's the mother of Teresa Sanford, our housing supervisor here in the city of Inglewood, and we're adjourned.